I got a little story about poor customer service today. The wife and I went out for a little bit of a drive. We went to another Aldi that's in the area, but it's a bit of a ways out further. We went there for a couple of different reasons, one of which was there also just happened to be a Harbor Freight store in that same shopping center. In addition to that, there was also a 99-cent store in that shopping center. Every time we're there, we always say, let's go into the 99-cent store, and then we never do for whatever reason. Well, today we went in. Now, this is a 99-cent store that is independently owned. Typically, they're owned by one of three types of people, either Asian, Indian, or Latino. Most often around here you find Indian, but I have run into a couple of Asian shops, and I have run into Latino ones as well. Anyway, we went in, and I found three items that I would be interested in. These are not items that I would, that I went there specifically for. I just walked around the store and said, this would be good to have, this would be good to have, this would be good to have. One of which was a pair of wire cutters that I figured, for $1 or so, that ought to be fine. Pack of food coloring for the slime, and one of those plug-to-socket adapters. You plug it in and it gives you a light bulb socket kind of thing. The general rule of thumb in these type of shops is unless the item is marked, it's 99 cents. There are a lot of items in that store that have an orange price sticker on it, and the price can be, because these are not 99-cent stores anymore, at least in this area. They're all 99 plus. So there are some items that are 99 cents, but again, generally anything that's there, unless it's marked, is 99 cents. That's how most of these shops work. Well, I guess today they weren't interested in my business. I picked up those three items, I made my way to the register, and the Latino bitch is behind the counter. Next! So I go up to her, and she goes and she rings the items up. And they come to something like $5.79. I said, nope, can't be $5.79. That should be $3.25 or so, somewhere in there. She picks up the wire cutters and said, oh, let me check. She goes to the wire cutter section. None of them are marked. She comes back. She asks the other lady, how much for these? $1.39. So they just made up a fucking price. And the other two items I got, the food coloring, they had a lot of it. All there. They could have had one sign that said food coloring, $1.89. But nope. They didn't have a sign for that. They didn't have a sign for shit. They had nothing at all. It was just make up your own price day. Well, I'll tell you something, folks. I hate to say this, but I can pretty much guarantee you if I were Latino, they would have all been 99 cents. That shit is not right. Yep, it's called reverse discrimination, folks. And it's running fucking rampant in this country now. There's so many people from other countries that it's starting to make me feel uncomfortable in my own country. That's sad. I looked this place up on Better Business Bureau and stuff like that. You can't touch these kind of places. They have fictitious names and addresses and stuff like that. They're, there's nobody to call, there's no headquarters, there's nobody to complain to or do anything. It's pretty much just tough shit. Now, sure, I could have made a stink and called the cops and that, and then, the bitch behind the counter, $1.39. Why $1.39? Where does it say that? Is it $1.39 today? 99 cents for a Latino? And, $2.25 for a Turkish person? What the fuck? I don't understand how they can just make up fucking prices like that. Well, I'll tell you something. You know what I did? I decided to leave the store.
and go home with nothing.
That's exactly what I did. I saved myself $5.79. That's how you get out of debt. Just say, fuck it all. They're never getting my business ever again. I will never go back into that dollar store because that was complete and utter bullshit. I wish I had a Latino friend I could go in there with and have him go and buy shit. You know, I'll have like a pack of gum or something like that behind him and then whatever and just make believe I'm a separate customer and see what he gets charged, but I don't have that kind. Anyway, just thought you'd like to know. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. And don't reverse discriminate. That's very, very naughty.